Wave 26. Man, we've come a long way, haven't we? All right, let's do it. All right, guys, as always, before we get started, if you do end up liking the video, or maybe some of my other ones, I would appreciate it if you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, give me a comment or two. Good old YouTube stuff. I would greatly appreciate it. Push me out in that algorithm. We are growing a little bit at a time, and I'm happy to say we passed up 1,500 subs, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I also do have a Kenzo's Crew on a membership, which is, I believe, $3 a month, and every month I will be doing a drawing for a blind box, with every channel member being involved. If you're a channel member, you have a chance to win. So don't forget to do that, and on with the video. Hey, welcome my fellow collectors. We are back. It's not like we're not always on here, but today we are not live. We are doing an unboxing. Entertainment Earth coming through with another semi-decently early set. Like, I know I have heard that Big Bad Toy Store is getting theirs like now or in the next couple days, so wasn't too much of a jump, but you know, hey, happy to be done with it nonetheless. So yeah, we've got our wave, what did I say it was? Holy cow. Wave 25, which includes our Orco and his uncle. We've got our Fangman, and we've got Grizzlor. I'm going to go ahead and open up all of these things and save you the trouble of going through a bunch of different videos. Let's just get it all done at once, as this stupid moth flies around and just annoys the living daylights out of me. Oh, I hate these things. Just go away, man. Get off Eternia. God, these moths. Got attacked. They're on their way. Alright, so first thing, let's check out Orco. We're going to go through the boxes real quick, even though I just opened this and dropped this out. So Orco is as seen on The Return of Orco's Uncle. Artwork is always phenomenal. I don't recall those two in the back, or what their names are, or if they have names, or if they're just a couple of jerks that they end up fighting and getting caught up in some cuffs. So of course it shows the swappable Uncle Mtorque head, includes hero medal and floating stand. So just by a brief look from the beginning, it looks like we're kind of combining the smaller stand and a little bit of a smaller Orco that the Classics has, and obviously the colors and everything will look a lot more like the Orco we already have, but it's bigger. So then the next one, we've got Fangman, which is the evil fanged minion of Skeletor. It's got a really cool looking beast that he's flying around on there, and it is as seen on the time corridor. And it includes the infinity wheel and twists into powerful battle positions. Yeah, you know how that goes. But here's that cool artwork there, going after He-Man. And then finally we got Grizzlor, which is as seen on He Ain't Heavy, and he is looking in the mirror there. And we've got Shadow Weaver and that little guy in the bubble. And this one includes the moon mirror. Oh boy. So we got another non-weapon here. And of course twists into powerful battle positions. So I'm going to open these up. We'll get them flipped around, and let's get these taken care of, right? Wave 25. Let's do it. Alright, so first things first. We already said first things first, so we're just going to continue. Okay, guys. Here we go. We've got the three, and like it, I don't know. This is one set that I can say I was like meh about. I mean, all the characters are pretty I don't know. I guess the Orco was probably the one I was most excited for. I mean, Grizzlor we've seen a few times. You know, I have the Club Grayskull behind there. Orco, I've got both the Origins and the Classics behind here, and then the Classics Fangman as well. So I've got the 3 iterations that we've seen before. So I figured I'd kind of take a look at them both together while we're going. The mini comic looks pretty cool. We got She-Ra, we've got Osira, we've got the new adventure of He-Man Sorceress, haha, and then Orco in there. And we got future tense. Okay, part 5 of the Horde Invasion Saga. So there we have our new adventure He-Man. We've got some attack track, Roboto, and there is that Sorceress from the New Adventures. Got a whole bunch of characters there. You got Bo, Frosta. We got the Horde Prime. Yeah, we got some cool stuff going on. We even got that little Keldor there flopping around. I'm not going to read anything, but yeah, got some characters coming in from New Adventures, which is cool. Little Slime Pit Triclops coming in. All right, there we go. Cool. And then we've got the 3 figures that come in this wave. So that is the mini comics. Got our papers showing what is removable: Orco, Fangman, and Grizzlor. So I guess ultimately what we want to see, right? The very first thing we want to make sure and take a look at. So we've got our smaller stand that's a little bit closer to Classics. Classics is a little taller and Orco's a little smaller. Not much smaller though. So it is definitely a smaller Orco, which is kind of more in line with the Orco that we see in the cartoon. It is definitely smaller. As we pull this forward, you know, he's definitely smaller than that. The eyes are a little bit different. You know, little differences here and there. Everything is a little bit smaller. The O has a little bit more of a narrow, and that was a 3D printed wand, so that did not come with him. So let's take a look, since we have the Uncle Mtorque. Okay, so that's just basically how it comes off. Maybe. Okay, so then we've got our bearded piece that kind of covers the O for the most part. Good golly, that was a little chore getting that in. So this is a little bit interesting. I'm gonna have to heat this up to get it open. Really? Oh yeah, this, hold on a second, I guess. Let me see what I can do to get this thing off. Okay, that didn't take a second. That took like half a second. I just stuck my thumb in there and popped it right out. So you've got the little peg on the top of the hat. You've obviously got the hole on the bottom of the head and the top of the head, so you can just stick that hat on there. This is definitely, good Lord. This is not, so it probably was supposed to be in his head as opposed to on the hat, I'm guessing. So that's why, God, that is not going in. Holy moly. Okay, look at this. So guys, this is not for like kids to do anything with. There is absolutely, like, if I were to give this to my son, who is not just like some little kid, he's like 11 and he's a big boy, and I told him, hey, could you do this for me please? There's no way he would be able to do it. Like, that literally took me warming up in the microwave, and the head, so it was incorrectly as far as, like, I was wrong with that one. So once you take the hat off and that peg comes off with the hat, then the head has the hole on the top and the bottom. And then you go to put that on the top. Every time you do it, the knob on the hat just collapses. So, like, it's not going in there. And you're pushing. And I was pushing hard, obviously. Look at this, making marks in my own hands. So it's not like I was doing anything weak. I was pushing really, really good. And That's what she said. So, and then after that, I had to get up and I had to go put it in hot water for it to work. So in order to switch this, if you want to save yourself a bunch of crap, because that kind of annoyed me. It's like, this is a toy. This is not supposed to be this difficult to put together. So it's on, and I'm going to keep him Uncle Mtorque anyway, because obviously, I mean, I've got the Orcos here, so I don't have an Uncle Mtorque, so this is going to stay Uncle Mtorque. So, like I said, I definitely had to put it in the hot water for it to work. Everything else goes in pretty smooth. That's not a big deal. Everything else. And then you've got your hero medal. And I believe that's the one where when he said he wasn't brave, and they said that him being scared and doing it anyway makes him more brave. And he's like, I'm a brave knight. I'm a brave knight. And then, like, he gets scared and everybody laughs. So anyway, so yeah, this is Mtorque. We're keeping him Mtorque. I'm not going to mess around with Orco, but you can see this is the head where it's got the small peg and then the large peg for the body and then the eyes in the middle. But yeah, like I said, that was not fun. And I know I'm probably already in a bad mood with my other stuff. My back issues are kicking me in the butt today. So anywho, so next we've got Fangman. Fangman. He is a lot less ugly. Definitely a lot less ugly than the classics. Classics has that longer nose, and this kind of looked right here with the split looked like it would be an articulated jaw, but it is not. It kind of looks like it should, right? Because I mean, if you look right here, it's got that split, that little cut, but it doesn't, and I dropped it. So here is that infinity stone. Uh-oh. What's his name's coming? Thanos is coming for us. But the colors are obviously a lot more vibrant. We've got more of a vibrant red and a vibrant yellow. The neck collar is pretty close in the orange. This one has more detail with the classics. This one has more of a plain belt, so it is more like the cartoon. This one has a little bit of a design on there, which is kind of cool. Of course, he has weapons, and he had that little infinity thing. So, but other than that, I mean, yeah, you've got your standard articulation here. It looks like this does come out, because you can kind of see this has the two pegs here. So I'm going to imagine this armor does remove. If they're doing it a little bit, these are a little bit harder to work, right? Okay, I'm going to take the arms off real quick. Take the head off real quick. Ooh, that was crazy. Okay, so now we got those little slots there, so we can pull this off. They're definitely making things a lot more difficult to remove. Like, I think about like the kids. Like, if kids are playing with this and they want to take that stuff off, it's not going to be easy. Granted, it fits really well, and it's really nice and like a toiga. But everything else is the same as far as the buck and as far as the articulation and everything. But like I said, this is going to be that vest. If you wanted to, you can mess with this on some customs if you get a couple of these Fangors. The only thing is, it's that soft plastic, and sometimes it gets sticky when you paint it and stuff. So, but this one does have basically that back opening, so you do have to remove the torso in order to put it back on, because it kind of just closes on, which it is a pretty cool concept. And same thing, if you warm it up, I'm sure it'll be a little bit easier. But yeah, Mattel's getting a little bit more, I don't know, like I said, if this is supposed to be a toy, granted it fits well, but I think about it, like I said, if my child was playing with this at a younger age, that would not be easy for him to remove. But I guess they know, they're starting to realize they're just making it for us, right? For us old folk. Okay, so we've got Fangman and this thing. No weapons. Like I said, maybe I can borrow one of the other ones from. Can I borrow one of your weapons there, classics, man? Hell no. You ain't ugly enough for my stuff, fool. Alright, so Ugly Man goes back. He's still not pretty, but he's not as ugly. Alright, next. And these little things kind of, oh, and here is our mirror. Oh, yeah, look, oh, there I am. Hello, the mirror works. Hello. Okay. And we got Grizzlor. Here is our class, or our Club Grayskull Grizzlor for the comparison. You're getting a little bit more detail in the face with the Cartoon Collection. A little more of a red hair. And I would imagine, yep, this is going to be the same thing. Of course, I hate this part of the Club Grayskull ones. The legs are like really wonky, really strange. He does have that really cool shield though. The shield is pretty awesome for the Club Grayskull. A little bit lighter on the skin as well. He's not as dark as the cartoon or the Club Grayskull. Let's pop the, oh crap! Pop the phone off. Wah, wah. Pop the head off here. Telling you. It's not like it's cold either. Okay, so this same thing, it's pretty tight. And it does take a little bit to get off here. And you do need to remove the torso. So this goes on exactly like, so this is probably what they're going to start doing with these. Especially, look at that, man. Jeez, good lord. I'm getting just falling apart. So this is probably what they're going to start doing with all the armor, which is cool, which is fine. Like I said, it fits in really nicely. You don't have to worry. There's no, straps or anything. You've got, this one only has the one connector where this one has the two, but both, whatever, man, just leave it there. Okay. Both of them are very, tight on there, so that fits really nicely. So here is that skin tone. Like I said, a little bit darker or a little bit lighter than the Club Grayskull. And then, but yeah, it fits in there really nice. You got to go bottoms first, and then that top piece goes right over there. Yeah, cool. Okay. Again, same thing. It's like they kind of realize who they're selling to, because I know if a kid was playing with this, there's no way they're taking that apart. It's, I'm not a weak person. This is taking a little bit to get this back together. It's kind of strange to me. Here we go. Good God. So, yeah, other than it being a little bit more difficult to remove things and put things back on, I mean, it's a decent wave. I'm not, like I said, this, I just know how I felt when I got the last wave of Masterverse, and how excited I was, and how freaking awesome it was. And I went through each individual figure and just broke it down, and it was freaking awesome. Ankles with classics, man. Ooh wee. Wonky as all get out. Okay. But this wave, like I said, it's okay. I mean, if I wasn't like such a, as close as complete as I can get with this thing, I would have probably passed on this wave. I maybe got Orco just to have Uncle Mtorque. I mean, that's kind of the one I would have really got. I mean, Fangman is pretty cool, I suppose. Like I said, I do have that classic, so it definitely is a lot better looking, that classics one. And Grizzlor is pretty basic. Like I said, we've seen him before. We've seen him with the crazy hair, and Mattel Creations giving us that one, and then the one that came in the Horde 4-pack with the darker skin. So I mean, this is definitely it's a cartoon look, but I think overall this is probably my first one of my few reviews that were just like meh. I just kind of like the collector. Not too excited about it. Wasn't too impressed with anything. Like I said, it kind of made it worse that they made it so difficult to change him out. And I mean, if you had an easier time than I did, then good. I'm glad, because this kind of sucked to get it done. I figured it would be a nice easy pop and swap, but it wasn't. You had to heat it up and get everything going. So look, and this stuff, I pushed it in, it didn't stay. Okay, come on, Grizzlor. Let's get your shit together here, buddy. Jesus. Come on, man. Yeah, it's ridiculous. That is not wanting to stay in there. But yeah, I don't know. And this may be kind of telling me, I mean, I know Dispara's coming probably tomorrow, which I know I'll definitely be more excited for her. But it just kind of is giving me that little inkling that I think I'm really starting to like and push that Masterverse a lot more. It just I don't know. For me, I just enjoy the Masterverse a lot more. It's not a bad set. It really isn't a bad wave, but for me, it's a little bit underwhelming. So I will stop yapping. Let me know in the comments what you think, because I mean, I might be kind of alone in this thought process, because they're just, like I said, I wasn't, when I saw it shipped, I was like, oh, okay, but could be me, could just be what's going, I might just be in a bad mood, who knows. I try not to be, but sometimes it just happens. But anyway, all right, well, I'll stop yapping and we'll get a couple pictures in, and I hope you guys enjoyed my honest review. It is definitely an honest review, like I always do. This one just seemed a little more on the negative side, I guess, but I will, we will see you on the next one, guys. If you, I said at the beginning, but if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. If you can like the video or some of the other ones in the past that I've done. I do some live streams. I do it on Wednesday at 7 o'clock Mountain Time, which is 6 on the West Coast and 9 on the East Coast. And then Friday nights, I do a Friday Night Insomniac at 11:30 my time, which is 1:30 East Coast and 10:30 on the West Coast. So join me, will ya? It's a fun time. We have a good time. We do some giveaways. We have some super chat giveaways with blind boxes and all that good stuff of 3D printed stuff that I paint. And yeah, it's just a grand old time. So I'm gonna get out of here, guys. We will see you on the next video. It will probably be Dispara, I'm guessing. And yeah, so I'll be more excited for that, I promise. Okay, bye guys.